Hey y'all. Um, Happy Monday, everyone. I am, after having to skip Monday and Wednesday last time, I am happy to be back in the saddle and streaming once again Mars First Logistics for y'all. But before that, I have a couple things to say. First of all, happy birthday to me, because yesterday was my birthday. And I'm a wee bit tired because I had a completely packed weekend because the day before my birthday, I also went to a party that I ended up getting home at midnight after. So, very busy slime. Busy, busy, busy. But also, another very fun thing, I got a. Old slime is old. Yeah. 31. The age of 30 is in demand, as the phrase goes. In addition, though, I also got myself a little bit of a present, and that is I commissioned some custom artwork of Moo that I own the full rights to, and I thought of the fun idea that it will make for a perfect please hold and technical difficulty screen animation. So, no audio yet for the technical difficulty screen, but allow me to show you the new artwork by pulling up the technical difficulty screen. What'd you think of that? Anyways, I just slapped that together in the last within the last half hour, so I don't have the microphone thing attached to that scene yet and other such, but yes, I asked the game developer Unlucky Chloe, aka Ouch, OWCH, to do a commission of a much more monstrous version of Moo than the art of which I have currently, which is all rather cutesy and stuff, you know? And then I left what interpretation of monstery up to her. So, thank you so much, Unlucky Chloe, for the beautiful artwork and for the full rights to it. And I don't have to give you credit, but you can bet sure as hell that I am. Let's get right into it, shall we? Here's Mars First Logistics. The game capture is running, so I should be able to just do that. I should have desktop audio, but there's currently no sound. How's it sounding, y'all? No sound or way too quiet. What are the levels like for you, Conley? Maybe that'll help. Here. So the mission we left off with here is deliver a magnet. And I don't know, that seems like a pretty easy logistical challenge to me, considering. We'll have to see how much we can get away with, but... Howdy Fox saying music is good. First time tuning into this game? Yeah, the soundtrack is really, really neat. Trucker radio chatter. That'd be fun. That's definitely the easiest randomly generated mission I've gotten yet. I'll take a reactor core mission. The volume's actually kind of loud on my end, so I'm going to adjust things slightly more. That way, the game audio stays coming loud through to you guys. Y'all, I mean, and it's less loud on my end. Okay. Where am I going? Hopefully the audio levels are still sufficient, because it's much more tolerable on my end now. Once again, Move forgets about the transmission towers. Where is it, anyway? And is that... should, in theory, be over here somewhere. No, that way. Yeah, we don't have line of sight to it. Simple as. That should be a good position. Perfect. I like the goofy slider joints that we added at the very end of the previous stream. I'm sure there's some incredibly technologically marvelous things you can do with it, but for now, they make me wave the flags. That's the destination set up. Oh, right. I can... So, we need to get this thing. It's a very strangely shaped object. 16 kilometers all the way over there. Is this actually going to work? Like, can I actually get a good grip on it this way? Oh no! Oh no! Oh, this is a harder mission than I anticipated. Time to pick up every single one. Nah. This game's not that mean. It can be cruel, but you are allowed to simply reset the mission. With no charge. We'll put exactly back to the starting position, and I find it very funny that it bounces like that. I'm an absolute menace to the Martian logistics system, aren't I? This radioactive source core that you provide me is very fun to kick around like a football. It explodes so nicely, which is something you always want to hear when it comes to radioactive stuff. Alright. Let's see what we can work out about this. First off, let's make sure that this vehicle... Yeah, it is saved correctly. If you're asking what my plan is for hauling this large object when I very obviously do not have enough space, my plan is I don't have one and I'm seeing what happens. It's not a bomb, it's a nuclear source. A nuclear source with isotope rods that also are prone to pop off at the slightest jostling. Yeah. Yeah, I guess that doesn't make it too much better, does it? Although I would like to show you one thing. Missed it just by a moment here. It pops apart nicely. And yeah, an ore hauler style design might work decently for this thing, but I feel like I don't have a ore hauler that is wide and grand enough to handle it. Huh, okay, I have every part for this vehicle. Let's see what this thing's capable of. It's an old design of mine, apparently. Not nearly big enough. Let's see. I don't think this randomly generated mission is happening, y'all. Because that's 16 kilometers to bring a very fragile object. Anti-grav device I could probably do with this particular vehicle. After I modify it real quick. Because a new feature was added to this game since this vehicle was made, which is you can set the rail slide to be in the opposite position by default. Bam. That's another thing that changed about the piece design in this game, is that you used to be able to do that because you couldn't interconnect pieces in that way before. They would just sort of float next to each other, so you could have them close together like that without it being physically attached. Seems alright. Pardon me. That seems alright. I think I used to call this vehicle the Mantis. Something like that. Oh. That's kind of interesting. It prefers anti-gravity, so it slows my fall. This vehicle also predates the existence of fuel tanks, so there's none attached to it, which is unfortunate. Something I did not notice until just now. And in order to save us a whole bunch of time, I'm going to do something a little bit spicy here. Okay, that worked fine. Dagnabbit. Because we had the fuel tank. Because we had the fuel tanks after, we still don't have any fuel. Fortunately, there's a spot right here that we can go to. And that's another thing I should have added to the vehicle. A supportive grappling hook on the top hold down bit. That way I can right myself if I get overturned. This may have been poor decision making. Yeah, I'm gonna need to further refine this thing. And so I had a neat little idea. Put a theodolite on the top. Put a grappling hook on the top. I think the weight is a good addition. Just tuning this thing up for all the new additions of the game. Is that my bird I hear? Yeah. You got a pet bird. Yep, Peppy. Let's reset this mission. Honestly, a wee bit distracting up top there. Oh, would you look at that? Isn't that beautiful? All the pieces of this machine just socket past each other so perfectly. I love it. Okay, we have fuel. We have a grapple. We have a theodolite. Peppy is a green cheek conure. It's neat how the vehicle is self-righting because the anti-gravity device is pushing against the top of the vehicle, which is, you know, providing almost a parachute effect. So despite the fact this thing wants to fly all over the place, as it falls, it's self-righting. Hey, I know this is like sacrilege, but I have a little bit of... I know the colors here, but I don't even remember the exact order. Could someone please tell me the order for the non-binary flag? I know it's like black, yellow, white, purple, but I don't remember which order that's in. I've never heard of Jaden Animations, so couldn't tell you. Good paycheck for a relatively simple mission. Orb. I'm sorry, but I've been enticed by the orb. Yellow, white, purple, black. Oh, very pretty. Fella, I need you to move away from the wall a little bit. No! Orb secure. Sometimes you just gotta get a glamour shot, you know? Hmm. There we go. It's neat driving past some of my own previous infrastructure. Just, oh. I guess I made that at one point. Ugh. That's definitely a design error that I'm going to have to fix at some point. Whoa there. Okay, we're gonna want to go over here, and I'm going to also have to remember to, once I get to that spot, put down a new tower, radar tower. This is such a pretty game. Absolutely adore the look of this game. Aha! Got away with it. Aha! Got away with it. Put up on that hill. just to facilitate future travel. As long as we're on the topic of slime gender, though, maybe I should talk about the little bit of a seeming paradox about Moo being, let's see, Moo being a slime, which is a rather gender-neutral species. No distinction of male and female for it because of mitosis related, because of just mitosis method as of reproduction. But in that case, what makes Moo femme, and why does Moo describe herself as a slime girl? And the answer to that relates deeply into the sort of life cycle, the alternative evolution that represents what Moo is. Core slimes are rare, you see. It's actually more of a divergence away from the normal life cycle of a slime, where a slime queen or slime mother, or whatever term you want to go with, will produce zero awareness and uncored slimes, which are feral slimes that will wander around, have a acidity-producing enzyme that renders their slime hazardous to the touch and the inside. But what causes a core to occur is the core question that needs to be answered before we can get into what Moo's gender and experience with such things is. Well, let's see, where to begin? We begin by warping over here and switching to the other vehicle. The beeline buggy. Huh. Okay, so slimes to some degree have their own territory. A slime's color is also linked into its diet, which again comes from the sort of territory it inhabits. The most common slime color is, well, if we're going on the assumption of a foresty or grasslands area, the most common color of slime will reflect the most common type of nutrient around, which would be grass. However, if slimes are sort of outside their territory or wandering, or just, get lost in some capacity, they don't really have all that much awareness. They kind of move around and just absorb stuff. But if they encounter a different color, they're able to perceive that. And what little perception that they do have is enough for some degree of what you could consider curiosity, where it will perceive that it's a different color, and go, this thing, similar me, different experiences, different color, what eating, what is. And so, through that, sometimes a little bit of material is exchanged between the two. And with perception and what little they have being stored within the slime itself, this means a little bit of lived experience is actually traded through this process. And so the slimes will sometimes fully absorb into each other to create a new, slightly bigger slime that has a mixture of colors and a little bit more awareness as a result of the lived experiences of two slimes' lifetimes. With me so far? And then, as this occurs, eventually something starts to happen if a slime does this enough, grows big enough in size, and has traded material with enough other slimes to have gotten a lot of lived experiences beyond the normal lifespan of a slime could be. And that is, it's gotten enough self-awareness and intelligence to start asking, like, small basic self-perception questions. And then with that, in addition, a new urge starts to develop that it doesn't really understand, which is to seek out and hunt. So, instead of just idly grazing on various things, as the slime normally would, it starts to look for things that seem like they're higher in awareness than the slime itself. A classic example is maybe a field mouse or something. If it can find and consume one, that's what it's interested in. And then, reflexively, and unbeknownst to the slime, as it starts to do this and hunt new creatures, not all of the meat is completely dissolved, but instead sort of shifts toward the center and is absorbed and compressed into, to put it somewhat indelicately, what looks like a big chunk of spherical, like, ground beef. And this is the start of the formation of the slime core. And so as this thing starts to form, it continues to hunt, maybe gets a little bit smarter on how it does it, as opposed to just very luck-based hunting tactics. And then, as this continues, more and more material starts getting added to this new core, and then something happens. The slime experiences what's called a flashpoint, where it suddenly has insight, self-awareness, and a completely insatiable curiosity. It now is looking for high-awareness creatures, not for consuming, but to observe. And as it continues to do this, it tries to emulate whatever it's looked at, and has formed a sort of a lost puppy attachment to, honestly. So, a slime, for its first mimicry action, will probably be some sort of animal or critter, but whatever they end up experiencing first is going to be something that they keep with them for the rest of their life, because it is their first experience with a high-awareness creature. So, that finally brings us over to how slime gender works for core-bearing slimes. It's what they first met. Simple as that. the first thing of very high awareness that they happen to experience is likely to be the gender and presentation and version of self that the slime decides to adopt as their own. Reflexive mimicry. And so, when I experienced my flashpoint and wandered around, I encountered a couple deer, but I ended up meeting a female human. And that's all it took. Hope you found this interesting. Figure I should fill the space while I'm trying to pick up a bunch of chopsticks here. Hey. Come on, let me grab that. Aren't you letting me get underneath that thing? Hopefully that human didn't get too startled. I don't remember all that much about it, honestly. That first experience, but... I mean, I'm here right now, so I think they understood to some degree how incredibly rare of an event it is to encounter a flashpoint slime. I do not know how much of common knowledge that slime biology stuff was at the time of my awakening, so to speak. Oh, you better not fall out. You better not fall out, you blasted toothpick. Get back in there. It's only 2.4 kilometers. Maybe I'll just make 2 trips. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed hearing about slime gender and divergent... I wouldn't even call it evolution, but divergent growth patterns. Because it's completely possible for slimes to just, you know, go through their life completely as a non-coreless, as a coreless slime, and forming a core is a rare event that leads to a great divergence in how the slime behaves, because, you know, self-perception. Oh yeah, slimes that become self-aware very quickly begin to understand that, well, enveloping or just, like, pressing the slime against another creature can feel cozy and comfy to a slime. The acidity does not make that a very good idea, and not particularly appreciated. And so, pretty quickly, cord slimes will start to understand that, oh, this is damaging to whoever I do it to. I need to be careful. And eventually comes to the conclusion of, I have this little enzyme producer that is the thing that causes the acidification of my slime. So if I can block that physically with a little bit of hardened slime, then I can control whether I'm acidic or not. And through that, it's possible to enter a non-digestive slime state. Very helpful for, you know, basic diplomacy. To be able to give a hug without killing them. Non-lethal forms of hug are usually appreciated, it turns out. Yeah, that's what I thought. Damn it. Hooray for non-lethal slime hugs. Exactly. Ugh. I think this requires a different approach. Perfect. Your list of hugs you've experienced. What a bizarre question. But does kind of go into... I can only speak for my experience in this, because, you know, just like with humanity, preferences will vary in regards to desire for affection, desire for physical touch, but all that just to say, based on my experiences as a slime, the degree of the amount of physical touch that is actually occurring is the degree of intimacy of an act. So, a slime creature leaning against you slightly is like a polite handshake, or, you know, a friendly, like, pat on the shoulder sort of deal. In some ways, this matches humans to some degree, where, you know, if you give someone a hug, that's a little bit more of a close expression than, you know, patting someone on the back. And the same concept applies, but just to an extent degree when it comes to slimes, in my case, where just, you know, let's see. I'm just, it's hard to focus on talking about this while also trying to nudge these into the right position. A slime tapping you with an appendage, briefly, is, like I said, a polite hello. A slime sort of leaning against you and then entering a bit more of a melty shape in order to better, like, fit against your contours and thus increases surface area is an act of closer intimacy. A long hug, a long tight hug with a friend, such things. And then, you can extend this logic, you know, and, gosh. To partially envelop someone as a slime is a act of intimacy that is a little, well, yeah. Intimate is blush to talk about. Think about, compared to human biting, I guess. Just nibble on your friends, ever? Like, you can eat things by, you know, chewing on them. But it feels kind of nice to just, like, bite people softly, you know? Just, ha. And the same sort of thing applies with slimes. Just, it's... You're not intending to digest them, but you are partially enveloping them, and just, you know... Well... hard to keep my thoughts straight when... Anyway. I think you get the picture, ultimately, hopefully. If there's something that needs more clarity, let me know, but, I think the bite metaphor works pretty well for, explaining how there's a difference between just envelopment for the purpose of, you know, consumption versus a hug. Because for a slime, there's somewhat the same thing in terms of physical action being performed. Just, you know, we're back to talking about the non-lethal version of a hug. Did that work? Did I actually pick up the burger that way? Oh my god. That's fine. We've got a road and it's not too far. That's also fine. But yes, obviously, this is going to vary among the slimes that you talk to. And all the stuff I talked about relates to my particular subspecies of slime. In terms of all the core stuff, in terms of the physical amount of physical touch being a sort of direct measure of intimacy, all that stuff is for my type of slime. And even among my type of slime, for my own preferences and thoughts on it. Which is to say, you can have aromantic slimes, you can have... Oh no! Come back! Oh, somebody clip that. That was beautiful. The great burger bun of fling. Oh my goodness gracious. Ah. If Moo were to have a true human form, as opposed to a mimicry of a human, I would say that particular human would have a big fascination in speculative biology. Moo likes dungeon meshi. I figure that trait would be shared among a true human version of Moo, you know? Speculative biology is really interesting. And with the finest quality dirt burgers for the people, for the Mars fellows that are up at the wind turbine. Dirt burger on the way to you. It's not regolith, but it's the Mars equivalent. Hello, tomato. Goodbye, tomato. I'll be back to you later. It is artisanal, build your own burger. We provide you with the burger pieces disassembled for you to build yourself upon delivery. It is not at all an excuse to deliver the burger completely unassembled and covered in dirt. Keto time. Oh, and now that I've explained the life cycle of a slime, birthday is a human term. But it's convenient for describing a similar situation. For me, it was Flashpoint Day. I was lucky enough to find a human very shortly after I experienced the flashpoint of the core getting big enough for me to seek out and try and learn from higher awareness beings, so it was deep in winter when it happened. December 22nd. Oh, that sucks. Wonder if I should file a bug report about this. This seems like an oversight. The food items are below the bounding box of the goal, which is going to be a huge pain, actually. And that doesn't feel intentional. That's the old version of this vehicle. Very, very unfortunate, I must say. This might be a logistics challenge that I'll need to come up with an answer to later. Which raises a good question of, is that going to stay there? The fact that I've delivered it 90% of the way there. Oh my god. Is this mission seriously? I need to get a closer look at this. It really is. A mission where I need to pull a microwave out of the bottom of the fish hatchery reservoir. Who did this? Who threw a microwave into the fish hatchery? That's where the car batteries go. Microwaves. Get it together. I didn't think this all the way through. Easy fix though, I think. Gotta say, Moo, you know how to tell a story slash lecture. Thanks, Conley. That means a lot to me, because, there's one of Moo's big fixations is communication. Moo, natural speech, rather simple worded. Is thinking when hitting big will debut with Moo giving lecture about slime life cycle biology. And thinking good way introduce self. Biology lessons with Moo the slime. Introduce who I am, what makes me me, and how I came into existence, you know? I can imagine the whole thing, just scientist outfit, lab coat, and sort of whiteboard and marker drawn illustrations showing how a slime goes and develops its own core. A slime scholar, if you will. You know, like those things in Bloodborne. Got you! The real question is this vehicle capable of driving? And the answer is honestly looking like no. Yeah, a pair of lab goggles. Very cute. I should fix the center of mass a bit. But before I go further, need to add essentials. Gas tank, gas tank. There. Behold, the most high-center prone vehicle physically imaginable. That might not be the right term. Chat, what is the term for that? When a vehicle tries to go over a speed bump and the middle of it ends up getting stranded, or like the undercarriage of the thing scratches against the pavement. Low centering, is that the term for it? Would you look at that? Alright. Escaped butterfly. Oh no. No, 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 no. No, this can't be. Uh-oh. Oh wow, it doesn't even open anymore. Come on, Barfly, you can do it. And if not, I'll shove you. Oh, so close. Get in there, get in there. Get in there. Get in there. Martian butterfly, yes. Oh, come on, now you decide to wander into the high-up areas? You little pest. Losing ground. Yes, I'm aware. I am quite well aware that I am losing ground here. Oh. I have unlocked the honker. All main contracts complete. My friends, play the Your Winner animation that I don't have, because I've beaten the game. In a sense. There's a whole bunch of objects that exist that we've never seen. As much as I'm tempted to agree to deliver the blob, we've already delivered a blob before. Bricks is a very funny delivery. I can only imagine that this is, in fact, exactly what I think is... Yep. 20 loose objects. Well, this vehicle can carry one at a time very effectively. Anyways, no, let's look at the honker. Here's one. Oh, shoot. Oh, let's look at the default honker. Show controls. G to activate. Behold the honker. Fun thing about these that I learned. Let's just get a bunch of these and put them on various forms of silliness. Let's see. Get ourselves one of these and... I also got a double spacer, which is nice. Now we do this. Bear with me here, I'm working on it. My dumb monstrosity. That's right. The color of the honker determines what note it plays. Let's see here. There we go, that's what I'm after. Let's get this thing a little bit more floor stable here. Cha-cha-cha, let's see. The problem with saying it to keep spinning is I don't have enough fingers for that. This is by default set to left click. So I can't move and play horrible sounds and spin at the same time. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. I think we might call it there. Oh. Oh, I have two things set to that. If only that's what I've been doing. Doing my closest approximation of the first 3 notes of Megalovania. Now I've also got this thing. I love this thing. The plastic tree. Look at my vehicle. Don't you love it? I'ma poke you. I'm gonna poke you. I'm gonna poke you. I'm gonna poke you. But yes, there is more pieces to unlock, as you can see. Of varying usefulness, I will admit. Lots of the most interesting pieces are obtained already. But, like, this is a freeform game, and you can do a lot here. And grappling hooks means you can absolutely make a trebuchet and stuff, so... This game just, you know, I really, really like it, and I'd like to continue playing it because this is relaxing and fun to me. And I actually have funds now, so I can continue to build sillier and sillier objects. But on that note, slime stretch. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. On that note, Until next time, friends, thank you as always for joining, and if you've been lurking, give me a follow if you'd like to. You'd like to see the other games I have going, and I think that's it. Gonna end this by showing once again the beautiful new Monstrous Moo artwork that I have. And as always,
to another place.
turns out Unisod's streaming. Raiding you over there. Hehe. Let's go.